Damascus under fire, again. But this time, the aftermath might just signal a shift, because the United States says specific steps have now been agreed to, aimed at finally calming the chaos in Syria. Earlier this week, Israeli airstrikes lit up Damascus, reportedly targeting Iranian and Hezbollah-linked positions. Israel usually stays tight-lipped, but the damage is visible. Shattered buildings, emergency sirens, and anxious faces. This isn't just another episode in a long war. These strikes are part of a much wider regional shadow war. And with Iran's influence growing, Israel is hitting back harder and more often, trying to push back its rivals before it's too late. But behind the headlines, there's a deeper power play. Israel, Iran, Hezbollah, and yes, Washington, are all locked in a game that most of us rarely see. The US has long walked a tightrope in Syria, opposing the Assad regime, fighting ISIS, and now, trying desperately to keep the region from blowing up into all-out war. Now Washington says it's worked with key allies to implement specific steps to end this cycle of violence. But what does that actually mean? Here's what's reportedly on the table. First, deconfliction efforts, mainly through Russia, to keep Israeli and Russian planes from clashing in Syrian skies. Second, pressing Israel to limit the scope of its airstrikes, at least publicly. Third, expanding humanitarian aid corridors, getting food and medical supplies to those caught in the crossfire. And finally, more intelligence sharing to help avoid civilian casualties. Behind closed doors, US officials are quietly nudging Israel to pull back while urging Russia not to escalate. It's a delicate dance. One misstep and the whole region could ignite. So will it work? Can violence in Syria ever truly end, with so many players and decades of betrayal? For now, Damascus is quieter, but the silence could just be the calm before another storm. And make no mistake, this isn't just about Syria. It's about Iran's reach across the Middle East, Israel's red lines, and America's vanishing influence in a region it used to dominate. One misfire, one wrong move, and we're talking about a conflict that could spill way beyond the Syrian border. Peace in Syria? It's complicated. But with new steps on the table, it might just be possible. So what do you think? Will the US actually help lower the flames in Syria, or is this just another diplomatic illusion? Comment below, and don't forget to subscribe for more real-world breakdowns without the fluff. Hit that bell, because the next crisis is always just one headline away.